Welcome to the Tower of London, one of the oldest and most famous landmarks in England. At first, it may look like a simple stone castle, but this place has been a fortress, palace, prison, treasury, and execution site for nearly 1,000 years. Every stone here has witnessed power, fear, ambition, and survival. Let's travel back to where it all began. The story starts in 1066, when William the Conqueror defeated the English army at the Battle of Hastings. To control his new kingdom, William ordered a series of castles to be built, and the Tower of London was the most important. At the heart of the complex stands the White Tower, completed around 1100. It was designed not just to defend the city, but to intimidate anyone who dared challenge the king. The White Tower was once painted bright white using special lime wash, making it visible from far away. During the Middle Ages, the tower was not a gloomy prison. It was actually a luxurious royal palace. Kings and queens lived here, held feasts, and welcomed important guests. King Henry III added new towers, walls, and even decorative features like wall paintings and fireplaces, turning the tower into a comfortable home. Several medieval kings were crowned at Westminster Abbey, but they stayed at the tower the night before their coronation. By the late Middle Ages, the tower became known as a place of imprisonment, especially for those accused of treason. One of the darkest mysteries is the story of the princes in the tower. In 1483, two young boys, Edward V and his brother Richard, were held here. They were never seen again. Many believe they were murdered to clear the way for their uncle, who became King Richard III. To this day, their fate remains unknown. The tower's most dramatic period came during the Tudor dynasty, especially under King Henry VIII. Henry used the tower to imprison those who opposed him, including two of his wives. Anne Boleyn, his second wife, was executed here in 1536. Catherine Howard, his fifth wife, met the same fate in 1542. Another was Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9 Days Queen, who was only 16 years old when she was imprisoned and later executed. Anne Boleyn was granted a skilled swordsman from France for her execution, considered a mercy at the time. Not everyone imprisoned here was kept in dark dungeons. Wealthy prisoners sometimes lived in comfortable rooms, and some were even allowed servants. Although the tower is linked with death, only 7 people were executed inside its walls. Most executions took place on Tower Hill, just outside, where thousands gathered to watch. Executions were public events meant to send a powerful warning. Challenge the crown, and this could be your fate. The last execution at the tower took place in 1941. The tower has long protected the crown jewels, symbols of royal authority. Inside the Tower of London is one of the most valuable collections of royal treasures in the world. These include crowns, scepters, swords, and orbs used in royal coronations. The jewels contain over 23,000 gemstones, including the famous Koh-i-Noor diamond. Even today, these jewels are guarded carefully, and yes, they are still used by the British monarchy. Fun fact: in 1671, a man named Colonel Thomas Blood attempted to steal them. He was caught, but instead of being executed, he was strangely pardoned by King Charles II. No one knows exactly why the king spared him. Some believe the king admired his boldness. Here's a surprising fact. For over 600 years, the Tower of London housed a royal zoo. Exotic animals were given as gifts to the monarch, including lions, leopards, monkeys, and even a polar bear, which was allowed to fish in the River Thames. The zoo was finally moved in the 1800s to what became London Zoo. The tower's role didn't end in medieval times. During World War I, spies were imprisoned and executed here. In World War II, the tower was damaged by bombing but survived. One of the tower's strangest traditions involves ravens. Legend says that if the ravens ever leave the tower, the monarchy will fall. To prevent this, at least 6 ravens are always kept at the tower, cared for by the Raven Master. The ravens have official names and even records of bad behavior. They are not clipped completely, but their wings are slightly trimmed so they don't fly too far away. The tower is protected by its famous guards known as yeoman warders, often called beefeaters. They've guarded the tower for over 500 years. Each beefeater must have served many years in the British military and earned special honors. Beefeaters don't just guard the tower, they also give tours and tell stories passed down through generations. Today, the Tower of London is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited historic places in the world. The Tower of London is more than stone walls and towers. It's a place where history feels real, where ambition rose and fell, where secrets were kept, and where the past still whispers through the corridors. And after nearly 1,000 years, its story is far from forgotten. This has been Quicklandmarks, where we explore the world's most amazing places, one wonder at a time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because our next landmark is just around the corner.